In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can make your own makeup remover pads. So I went to Joann's and I picked up some minky fabric, and this is just so soft and gentle on the face. And then I also got some pineapple flannel, and I got a 1/2 yard in each fabric. All right, let's get started. Go ahead and cut out 3.5 by 3.5 inch squares. So now I'm ready to pair my flannel with the minky fabric. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure the prints are facing each other. And since my minky fabric is just a little bit bigger, when I go to the sewing machine, I'm going to sew it with this flannel side up, just like this. These clips from the dollar store, and I like to use these because they're super fast to remove when you're at the sewing machine. So I'm just going to go ahead and pin it all together. Before we get sewing, I wanted to show you that I'm using 2 different colors of thread today. So I'm going to be using the white down here, the bobbin, and then a yellow spool of thread. I have a Brothers sewing machine, and I wanted to show you that I have it set to 0. And this is the stitch that I'll be using today. I have my threads to the back of the machine, and I got my presser foot down. So now I'm ready to start sewing. Okay, I'm going to lower the needle, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a back stitch. Now I'm ready to start. When I get to the end, I'm just going to lift up my presser foot and pivot the fabric, and then lower the foot. And now I'll lift the presser foot again and pivot and lower it, and then I can remove my clip. Now I'm on the last side that I need to sew up, but I'm going to make sure to leave about 1 inch gap so I can flip it. Right about there, I'm going to go ahead and do a back stitch just to really secure it. All right, go ahead and raise my needle, lift my presser foot, cut the threads. Before I flip it, I'm going to take a pair of scissors, and I'm going to trim each of the corners and the excess so there's no bulk. Okay, now that I trimmed it, I'm ready to go ahead and flip it. Now this could be the hard part depending on what size of hole you left for yourself. I always end up leaving just a little bit too small of a hole. Just gotta have a little bit of patience. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and stick my finger at each of the corners. Make sure all the fabric is pushed out nicely. It's just this last one here. You can see, almost finished. The last thing is this hole right here. We need to go ahead and close that up. So let's go back over to the sewing machine. Now there's 2 options to finish up your makeup pad. You could either sew all 4 corners or just sew the hole. So since I did all 4 corners on this one, I wanted to show you what it looked like if you just sew the hole shut. Okay, I just finished tucking my edges in, so now I'm ready to sew the hole shut. Now since I'm using the yellow thread up top and the white down below, I want to make sure to put the yellow minky side face up. I'm going to go ahead and move the needle over to the right, and then line my hole up. Back stitch. And then back stitch again. And you're done. The last thing is just trimming off these extra threads. Two side by side so you could see the difference. This one with all 4 corners sewed, and this one with only the hole sewn shut.